Welcome to West Country Wanderings and welcome back to another Stroudwater and Thames and Severn Canals update. Yay! It's been a long time coming, I know. I think it's about 4 months since the last one. This one today though is a little bit of a short one and there's a reason for that, but there'll be a longer one coming up. It all makes sense. I'm here on the Stroudwater Canal. That behind me there is Westfield Bridge, and now known as John Robinson Lock. It was formerly known as Westfield Lock, John Robinson Lock. Lots of work's been taking place here over the summer. This is the first time I've been back here for several months. I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update on what's been happening at this lock, but more importantly, what's been happening with the restoration of the entire canal. Now, you may be watching this update on the 17th of October. I'm filming this on the 16th, so it should be going out tomorrow morning, all being well. There's a very good reason for doing that. Today, the 17th, if you're watching this on the 17th, that is, as I say, it's 16th today. If you're watching this on the 17th, it marks a very, very important day for the restoration of the entire Cotswold Canals restoration project. Why is that? Well, today is when Stroud District Council has a planning meeting to see what's going to be happening in the fields behind me. I don't know what the outcome of the planning decision is going to be. Obviously, because I'm very, very interested in canals, and I'm sure you are too if you're watching this video, then we do hope that the planning is going to be going through. It's a very complicated planning process. I'm not sure if you can watch it live. Certainly hope to be able to see the minutes of the meeting afterwards on the Stroud District Council's website. If I can find a link to that, I'll put that in the description of today's video. Why is it complicated? Well, the first reason is because there's been a couple of objections. One was an objection by Dale Vince from Ecotricity because he's having Forest Green Rovers Stadium here and all the associated huts and car parking, and also the football pitches as well for practice, you know, that sort of thing they have around the bigger football clubs, don't they? But yeah, so that he objected to it. I understand the objection was on the grounds of the access of where the Cotswold Canals Trust hoped to put their visitor centre and the associated road coming in and out of the main A419. That's what I'm led to understand. If you know any more than that, please let me know and drop in a comment below. So that was the first objection. The second objection was from the Environment Agency because the route of the canal is planning to go under the M5. Now, that has a number of complications, not least of which, of course, in times of heavy rain, the rainfall in the River Frome rises, and they want to know exactly how that's going to work in reality and whether it will create an additional flood problem in this area, the fields around here. Again, I don't know the answer to that. I'm not a technical person to know about waveforms for flood management, that sort of thing. But all that is in the mix with the planning decision. Now, if the planning decision, and I hope it doesn't, but if it turns out to be Red Cross, you're not going to restore your canal, I am sure that the Cotswold Canals Trust are going to object to that, and they'll probably put in a revised plan as well. So what I hope to do is in a video coming up in a few days' time to give you all the information on that, on Cotswold Canal's response to whether it's a positive or a negative decision on the planning to restore this canal here, just outside the town of Stonehouse and close to the M5 junction 13. The other part of this little update was just to show you what's been happening here at Westfield Bridge. You can see now they've started work on the bridge itself, replacing the mortar in the brick joints where it was actually underneath the line of the canal water when this Stroudwater Canal was in operation. And they've had lots of work from the WRG, the Waterways Recovery Group, throughout the summer period, so they've been able to crack on. And I'll just show you what it looks like from the top of the bridge. So there's a view looking down where the deeper coloured red bricks are. Of course, that was underneath the canal water line, which would of course been eroded after these years, bearing in mind this canal was built at the end of the 18th century. opening in 1779, of course. And yeah, so the rest of the bridge is actually in very good order, considering a lot of it was buried and they wanted to blow it up at one point. Now the work that's taking place on the other side there with that large blue machinery, that is to do with our friend Dale Vince and his Forest Green Rovers football complex, nothing actually to do with the canal, but it's hoped to get it going in alongside it where you can see those fences at the moment. So now you can see John Robinson's lock. I'll do a couple more bits of shots from here through the fences if I can. A lot of work's taking place. I can't believe how much work. This now looks like Pike Lock did a few months ago, one right next to the turn for Easington there by the bridge. Amazing work, so fantastic work by the WRG and the volunteers of the Cotswold Canals Trust. Brilliant. The other thing I wanted to mention is that there was a grant, well there is a grant from the National Lottery to get the canal reconnected to Sewell Junction, aka the missing mile. Unfortunately, since the budget and costings for that were done and handed over to the National Lottery when they gave their money across to the charity trust that runs the canals, Stroudwater and Thames and Severn, costs for restoration have risen dramatically. They had hoped to get in a third-party contractor to dig the canal out and get the canal back again. But because the costs have risen so much, that's no longer possible. So we're relying on volunteers that have got diggers and digging equipment and can able to manhandle so they can do it in-house, as it were. Other canal charity companies like the Lichfield Canal have done things like this to great success. The Herefordshire and Gloucestershire Canal Trust have also been doing work at Malswick doing the same principle. So it is possible and it can be done. So now I've come round to Docklock just to wrap this short update here on the Cotswold Canals up. There will be another one, a much longer one. I think it's going to be number 15 if memory serves. As I say, it has been a little while before I've done an update. And what I hope to include that is two particular things. Is one, a visit to the new Eastern Visitor Centre at South Cerney in the Cotswold Water Park. I haven't been there yet, so I'm looking forward to that. I hope to visit there in the next few days and also to have a look at the new Eastern Depot. There is a Western one here at Easington as well, but they've got a brand new one that's recently moved to a new location in the eastern section of the Cotswold Canals. I'll also do a walk in that because unbelievably there are a couple of sections of the Thames and Severn Canal which I've not yet featured on my regular updates, but I hope to bring you that in the next part, the next update. Thank you very much for watching my channel today, West Country Wanderings, and thank you very much for all your input and your comments too. I look forward to seeing you on the next one here. Take care, all the best, bye bye now.